Oh, he's in trouble again. Oh, Johnny Somali facing up to 31 years in jail. Oh, no. We don't feel so good, Somali bros. We don't feel so good, Mr. Hank. The guy that he lives with and lives off of, by the way. As much as he wants to deny it, he's got that clip out there saying he supports Johnny Somali. I made a video on that. He's broke. I don't know why he keeps streaming and putting himself into a position of getting in more trouble when he's not making any donations or anything. He has no money. This is why the trial getting delayed like it has been a good thing. Because even though he's not in jail, he's still kind of locked in a prison. He really is. And it's looking more and more like he really is going to go to jail. I'm going to tell you this. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get any jail time. Because now he's got another deep fake charge, which is very serious over there. Because the way that he put those out there, it's labeled as a sex crime. So now he has 2 of them. And it's looking more and more likely he for sure is probably going to go to jail. I hate to get anybody's hopes up, but I just don't see how he's not going to get thrown in jail for a while. How long that is, I don't know. I really don't think he's going to get 31 years, but that is a possibility. That's the maximum sentencing that he can get now. Like, what a fool. And this is great. These nuisance streamers, this is going to put an end to these people going over to Asian countries and taking advantage of these people and their kind societies, very polite society that a lot of these Asian countries have. And these nuisance streamers know that, and they go over there, and they make all Americans look bad because they want to go over there and screw with people. Well, this will be a big deterrent, won't it? So Mr. Infamous Somali is facing some deep, deep shit. So here are the details according to YouTuber Legal Mindset, who really does, in my opinion, have the best Johnny Somali coverage. The best Johnny Somali coverage. He's got some guys that get all the information from the court, translate stuff. Like, he's usually the first one to break new Johnny Somali news. I don't trust it unless it comes from him, and this comes from him. And there's not any disrespect to anybody else covering it. I just know he's doing the best job here. So I try to get all of my information from Legal Mindset. I watched this stream yesterday that he did, and I was laughing. But before we get into it, I have a comic book out, in case you didn't know, and it's 100% done. This is the pre-order campaign, and we just hit $75,000, which is amazing. 2,700 books. Thank you to everybody that's backed it, everybody that shared the link, everybody that's at least considered it. Thank you. I'm very excited about this book. All of the art is done. We're telling a fun, action-packed, alternate history, supernatural story here. We got some patriotism back in comics, stuff that you just don't see anymore. And we tried to make this as affordable as possible. The cheapest cover is $17, which I think is a really good deal, especially considering this isn't a floppy comic. This is a graphic novel. And it's a fun one. It's action-packed from start to finish. That's the biggest thing with this comic when we were making this. The word we were kicking around, unlike Neil Druckmann, was fun. We do talk about fun around here because that's what comics need to be. They need to be fun. First and foremost, in my opinion, they should be fun. And there's always places for comics like Watchmen, but with this comic, we just want to have a lot of action and we want it to be fun. And I'm pretty sure that's the experience you'll have when you read it. So check it out. Link in the description. Now, here's what's going on. According to YouTuber lawyer Legal Mindset, Johnny Somali was hit with a second count of distributing false videos in the form of deepfake, something that's considered a sex crime in Korea. Previously, Ishmael was facing a single count, allegedly for sharing deepfakes of Korean streamer Bong Bong kissing him. But now, this second charge, as per Legal Mindset, is probably from the other Korean streamers who had run-ins with Somali, such as the Navy SEAL, who was fined for punching the American. We're going to go through some of this live stream here in a second. But remember that guy, that Navy SEAL, that punched him and gave him the lights out and laughed at it as the cops were arresting him? He was charged and was given a fine of like $7,000 in American. What is the name of their money? Won. That wasn't, they didn't charge him in American dollars. It's what it equaled up to. Well, Donut Operator stepped up and paid the fine for him. He paid $4K because he'd already crowdfunded like $3K of it, so he just paid off the rest. And I thought that was pretty cool, so I just wanted to give him a shout out for that. So the fine didn't even come out of his pocket, and I think he even got to pocket a little bit of that money. So good on Donut Operator and everybody else that donated. I didn't even get the chance because he came in and just cleaned it up. So deepfakes carry a maximum penalty of 10.5 years in jail. So if he's found guilty on both counts, he could be facing 21 years. The rest of the stuff totaled is the other crimes totaled up. This doesn't include the other charges filed against him. So far, he's pled guilty to one count of obstruction of business, but he has an additional charge against him too. Obstruction of business carries a maximum penalty of 5 years. So let's watch a little bit of this.
So here is what we have. Brand new, as of today, we have today, May 8th, 2025, Ramzi Khalid Ismail has been officially charged with a second count. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, not one, but 2 counts of the violation of the Special Act on Sexual Crimes for the distribution of false video deepfakes. This effectively doubles his maximum possible criminal penalty for deepfakes. There are now 2 charges. Each charge has a max of 10.5 years. Thus, the max penalty now he faces is 21 years in prison just for deepfakes. And then, because we have other charges, remember, we've got other charges, that's another 10 years stacked on. So he's looking at up to 31 years. That's the maximum amount now. 31 years in Korean prison.
And I don't think he'll get 31 years. But, you know, that number, I'm sure, looms in your mind, like over your head, when you hear that. It's like, what, I could spend 31 years? Usually you don't get something like that, but I will say this. When you act like a fool, you can get that thrown at you. Look at what happened to Vitali, acting like a fool. We haven't heard about him for a while. And why is that? Because he's locked in a Philippine shithole prison. Probably getting smaller because he doesn't have any of that juice to keep those giant muscles of his. So the next time we see him, he's probably going to look really skinny. So, you know, acting like a fool like Somali has done, he could end up pissing off the judge and get a lot more time than he would have. What an idiot, man.
Is the new maximum that the court can assign him. Yes, 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 yes. Let's do a little.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
I don't know if I can show that.
Bong Bong IRL. And we have a second charge, which is probably from the Korean streamers, right? Bang TV, who I interviewed. You've got Youngman. You've got Dalgun, who I interviewed. And by the way, Dalgun, who had all of his fines paid for.
Yeah, he's done this deepfake stuff to a bunch of people. So we're at 2 right now. What if he gets a 3rd and a 4th? Yikes. Looking bad for you, Johnny. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? And you've got that Hank guy there with you. I'm pretty sure he had to have told you this was dumb to do. Man. Why would you do this?
Or for the punch by donut operator and by donations from kind people like you guys. So Dalgun, he had a deep fake of him. So did Bang TV. So did Jungmann. So all those guys pressed charges against him. So those deep fake charges were pending against them. So
I didn't know that. So he could have more coming. Oh, what a fool. I'm pretty, he's almost guaranteed some jail. How much jail he gets, I don't know. But I hate to say 100%, but I'm 99% sure this mofo is going to jail for probably a year. I think they're going to make an example out of him. I really do. I really do.
All of those charges are coming against him, and they're separate. And what that means is that he can get hit with double the penalties. Double the penalties.
60 years
and even if there was a settlement, a quote unquote settlement with Bong Bong, which is, remember, his whole big legal talk, his whole big legal strategy was, we're going to settle with Bong Bong. We're going to settle with the female victim. We're going to pressure her. And they wanted to threaten her because she showed the image on her stream as well. But she showed it to show how mad she was about it, being like, this is wrong, right? So he tried to blackmail the victim.
Yeah, she wasn't having it.
And not only did that fail, it literally backfired in his face.
Imagine thinking like, anybody finds you intimidating, Johnny Somali. Nobody finds you intimidating.
When he tried to blackmail the female victim, the prosecutor probably saw this and said, oh, hell no, we're going to double down and give you another one. And by the way, there will be no settlement on that one because it's with the Korean YouTubers that you are literally attacking and threatening with defamation. Remember, guys, Hank and Johnny have been threatening to sue the Korean YouTubers and myself, by the way, threatening to sue me with defamation.
That's true. Yeah, they're trying to act like they're going to sue anybody. Good luck. Good luck.
In Korea, do you think that people that you threatened to sue, and you are suing, you literally said you're suing them.
By the way, Legal Mindset could probably press charges, and he hasn't come out and said that he's going to, but he hasn't said that he won't either. But Johnny Somali is talking about he's going to go pinprick him, which is something that does happen. So they would prick him with like a pen that has HIV on it. And he said that he's going to do that and then run off. What a fool. Watch you get charged with that one. And he's not the only one he said he was going to do that to. He said he was going to run around and just infect women with it.
Threatening Dalgun, you're threatening other people. Do you think they're going to come to some settlement with you? By the way, that doesn't even really work in Korean court. Even if they were to say, oh yeah, we agree, they still, the prosecutor could still bring it. Their whole big brain legal strategy just got nuked from orbit. It got absolutely destroyed.
So it's pretty much a wrap. I know some people are impatient, like they're waiting for, they're waiting for a resolution, and I totally get that, but it's going to be a minute. I believe it starts in May. That's when late May. May 16th, I thought it was getting kicked around, but I'm probably wrong there. Either way, it doesn't really matter as long as he keeps getting these charges racked up, because he is going to be in a world of shit once that trial starts, because there's probably more charges coming. I bet you there's another deepfake charge that's going to get stacked on this shit. Like, he's in deep, deep trouble. Imagine sitting there thinking about this every night. And he thinks, well, at least he's saying he thinks that he's going to get off. I don't think that's going to happen, man. Everyone's looking at South Korea right now. The country is covering this on their national news. The people are pissed. And, happens over here. They give in to the mob sometimes. And I think they're going to give in to the mob over there. The people want justice. And I think they're going to get it. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, 2 American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession, with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.